I'm Aaron, and this right here is my Tesla coil that I built. So I'm just going to run you through the components real quick, and then we'll start it up and take some nighttime shots, see what runs. Tesla coil and a smart car. So right off the bat, here's basically the main input. It's not plugged in. It's never plugged in if I'm touching it. That's 120 volts from the main outlet that flows into the line filter. This line filter basically filters any high frequencies from the circuit and kind of protects computers or TVs plugged into the household wiring. Takes this 100 volt, 20 volts into the neon sign transformer, which steps the voltage up to 15,000. That flows into a Terry filter, so-called, named after Terry Fritz, pretty well-known coiler in the community. It's basically a low-pass filter that protects the transformer from any transients, high-voltage transients that build in this resonant circuit. I have a auxiliary spark gap, which kind of protects the primary spark gap in the transformer again. The primary spark gap is a synchronous rotary type that I made from a modified weed whacker engine, which I augmented with some high current diodes. So this gap rotates and is synchronous at 60 hertz or 3,600 rotations per minute. The primary capacitor bank here is a series of about 12 high voltage capacitors. So that stores a pretty sizable charge, which is discharged every time this electrode lines up with these high voltage terminals here. And that charge is released through the primary coil here, which induces a pretty strong electromagnetic field in this secondary coil, which is a couple thousand turns of 28 gauge copper wire. So you get about 250,000 volts off of the top terminal. I think it's probably closer to about 150 in my personal opinion. But this torus kind of acts like a capacitor as well, increases the resonant frequency of this secondary coil so that it kind of matches the primary resonant tank down below.